Hello everyone. In this video, I'll cover the current affairs from February 21 to February 28. So number one, the government plans Heal by India for positioning India as global source for health sector. Students, the government of India will be promoting the Heal by India initiative to improve India's educational institutions in the health sector. And the Union Health Ministry recently organized a Chintan Shivir on this. Now, students, Heal by India initiative is meant to generate job opportunities abroad for India's trained professionals in the health sector and enhance education to churn out quality human resources in the health sector, thus helping them become eligible to work anywhere in the world, students. So basically, the objective is to, create a like quality workforce in the health sector, workforce that is trained as per the global standard so that they become eligible to work anywhere in the world. So what are the objectives? The government of India is working on assets like well-qualified faculty, no language barrier, availability of advanced technology, positive government policies, etc., especially for those that have high demand outside India. So the government is going to target particularly those skills that are in demand outside India. And it includes various streams such as dietitians, nurses, lab technicians, paramedics, OT attendants, physiotherapists, OT technicians, medical attendants, and so on and so forth. And they would be trained under the Skill India program, students. Next, students, a book titled A Nation to Protect has been authored by Priyam Gandhi Modi. So the book titled A Nation to Protect, authored by Priyam Gandhi Modi, would be launched recently. And it was launched recently. And this book highlights the role of Prime Minister Narendra Modi during the COVID crisis in the past 2 years. And the book documents the center's leadership in this unprecedented time and how it guided the nation through the crisis. So basically, this book sort of glorifies PM Narendra Modi's role as to how he navigated the country through the tough times through the COVID-19 pandemic, and it focuses on his leadership and his vision. Next, students, Hurun India Wealth Report. So Hurun India Wealth Report, student, this is basically, part of the Hurun Report, which is the world's largest compiler of rich list. So, and, it sort of sheds light on the wealth landscape of India. So according to this report, India's millionaire households rose by 11% in 2021, students. So according to the latest Hurun India Wealth Report 2021, the number of dollar millionaire households in India increased by 11% to 458,000 households in 2021 as compared to 2020. And a household having a net worth of at least INR 7 crore or $1 million is referred to as dollar millionaire household, students, right? That means the number of households with $1 million wealth, they have increased in the country. And the report has estimated that the number of dollar millionaire households in the country shall increase by 30% over the next 5 years to reach 6 lakh households in 2026. Some of the key points of the report. Meanwhile, in the list of cities with the most millionaires, Mumbai has topped with 2,300 millionaire households. Mumbai is followed by Delhi and Calcutta. And the report is based on the survey on 350 Indian millionaires. That means people with a personal wealth of $1 million. Next, students, Coal India gets India's most trusted public sector company award. So Maharatna Company of the Government of India, Coal India Limited, has been awarded India's most trusted public sector company. And it received this honor at the Energy Meet and Excellence Award function organized by Industry Chamber ASSOCHAM in Kolkata, students. And it is noteworthy that the company has got this honor at a time when Coal India has not allowed the situation of power crisis in the country by significantly increasing coal production and supply in the last few months to to meet the increased demand for coal for the power sector. Next, students, Jimmy Soni has authored a book titled The Founders, The Story of PayPal, students. So Jimmy Soni is a noted American author, and he's written a new book titled The Founders, The Story of PayPal and the Entrepreneurs Who Shaped Silicon Valley. And it highlights the story of multinational digital payments company PayPal and how it covered the journey of a startup that turned into one of the most successful companies of all time, worth over USD 70 billion today, students. So it also offers colorful anecdotes about famous people like Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, and Reid Hoffman. Next, students, Corbevax gets emergency approval for 12 to 18 age group by DGCI, students. So DGCI is the Drugs Controller General of India that gives approval to the various vaccines and medicines. So students, it has approved the corona vaccine Biologicals E Limited's Corbevax for children in the age group of 12 to 18 years. And this vaccine has been created by Hyderabad-based pharmaceutical company Biological E Limited. And it is India's third homegrown vaccine, students. So Bharat Biotech's co-vaccine is being given to children aged 15 to 18 from January 3, students. Already co-vaccine has been approved for this age group. And about Corbevax, students, Corbevax is called a protein subunit. And currently we have an example of the hepatitis B vaccine, which is also a protein subunit vaccine, and it's a successful vaccine. So it's a similar vaccine, and it is one of the India's homegrown vaccine, students. Next, students, Indian businesses rank 5th in their concern for climate change. So as per the Deloitte 2022 CXO Sustainability Report, the disconnect between ambition and the impact, Indian business rank 5th in their concern for climate change. So according to the report, 80% of the Indian executives see the world at a tipping point for responding to climate change, compared with just 53% 8 months ago. So this report is released by Deloitte Global, students, and it has found that a large number of top level executives, if you see, this report is titled Deloitte 2022 CXO. So CXO basically is a term used for the top executives of the company who belong to the C-suite, like the chief executive officer, the chief operations officer, right? So basically this report, it surveyed the top level executives in India and beyond. And what it found was that Indian executives have a larger concern for climate change. And this number has been on the increase, students. So it's a very, welcome development given the pressing climate change or, climatic issues that we face as a world, as a country, and its negative impact on the business. Significance of the report, students. The report examines business leaders and companies' concerns and actions related to climate change and sustainability. And the report also explores the disconnect between companies' ambition and the impact. That means the target that they set for themselves and their achievement of those targets so far, students. So what is the gap and how can they bridge the gap? Next, students, India's R. Praganatha becomes youngest player to beat world #1 Magnus Carlsen. So India's teen chess grandmaster, Ramesh Babu Praganananda, has created history as he defeated world #1 chess champion Magnus Carlsen of Norway in an online chess tournament, students. The 16-year-old Prag achieved the feat in 8 rounds of the Athens Masters, an online rapid chess tournament in 39 moves with black pieces. And Parag is also only the 3rd Indian grandmaster to win against Magnus Carlsen, apart from Vishwanathan Anand and Pentala Harikrishnan. Next, students, Russian President Putin divided Ukraine into 3 countries. So basically, Putin has, announced that it recognizes the independence of separatist regions in eastern Ukraine, Donetsk and Luhansk. So these are the 2 Russia-backed separatist regions which are sort of trying to assert independence from Ukraine students. And Russia has sort of, recognized the independence of these two states. So Putin's announcement paved the way for Russia to openly send troops and weapons to the long-running conflict pitting Ukraine forces against Moscow-backed rebels. And Russia-backed rebels have been fighting Ukrainian troops in Donetsk and Luhansk regions since 2014, students, with regular violence despite a ceasefire agreement. And Putin has signed decrees, accords recognizing the Donetsk and Luhansk regions' independence 8 years after fighting erupted between Russia-backed separatist and Ukraine forces, students, right? So it is also a signal that Russia has no plans to sort of, withdraw the troops, but it is going into a full-blown war. Next, students, PM Care for Children scheme has been extended by the Center till 28th Feb 2022. So the PM Cares for Children scheme has been extended by the Ministry of Women and Child Development of the Government of India till February 28. Earlier, students, it was applicable only till December 31, 2021. So to be eligible for the scheme, the child must be under the age of 18 at the time of their parents' death, and to be considered eligible for the payments under this plan, students. So basically, who all would be covered under the scheme, students? Children who have lost both parents due to the COVID-19 pandemic, one. Second, legal guardians, adoptive parents, single adoptive parents from 11/3/2020, the day on which WHO proclaimed and defined COVID-19 as a pandemic. So what is PM Care, students? PM Cares is a central government scheme, students, which PM Narendra Modi announced for children who have lost their parents or legal guardians, adoptive parents or surviving parents as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. And the scheme intends to assist these children by providing them the long-term comprehensive care and protection through a convergent strategy gap financing for education and health. A monthly stipend begins at the age of 18 and prepare them for self-sufficiency with financial assistance of lump sum payment of rupees 10 lakh once they achieve or once they attain the age of 23, students. Next, students, Dish TV ropes Rishabh Pant as its brand ambassador. So Dish TV India has announced the appointment of Indian cricketer Rishabh Pant as brand ambassador. Students, please note that all the appointments, all the brand endorsements or the deals are important for the competitive exams. So you should know this. So Dish TV has announced Rishabh Pant as its next brand ambassador. And the company feels that the close affinity between D2H brand and Rishabh Pant as brand ambassador will enable deeper engagement of D2H with its target audience, target group. And Rishabh, as we all know, has quickly developed into a distinctive entertainer on the cricket field with his boundless energy behind the stumps and innovation in shot making. He brings a spark each time he enters the field and appeals to the huge 18 to 35 age group students, which is the target group for Dish TV. Next, students, International IP Index 2022, India ranks 43rd. So India has improved its overall IP score from 38.4% to 38.6%, and the country is ranked 43 out of 55 countries on International Intellectual Property Index students. So basically, India has been able to improve its ranking, and this is in line with government's effort to improve the startup ecosystem within the country. And the index was released by Global Innovation Policy Center of US Chamber of Commerce. And this review is a welcome development and offers a comprehensive and detailed study on the strength and weakness of India's national IP environment, students. So the top 5 countries in the rankings are US, UK, Germany, Sweden, and France. Next, students, the government of India launched mission named Operation Ganga to evacuate nationals from Ukraine. So the government of India has launched an evacuation mission named Operation Ganga to evacuate Indian nationals, primarily the Indian medical students from Ukraine. And due to the ongoing tension between Ukraine and Russia, Ukraine has been declared as a no-fly zone by the authorities for the safety and security of the nations. Due to this, many Indian nationals were left stranded in Ukraine. Madhabi Puri Butch named as first women chief of SEBI students. So former ICICI banker Madhabi Puri has been appointed as the new Securities and Exchange Boards of India chairman, replacing Ajay Tyagi students, a very important appointment there. So she's the first women chief of SEBI and also the first non-IS to head the regulatory body. So in a unconventional move, the government has, appointed um, a corporate, executive as the head of this regulatory body, a position which was usually, held by IS officers in the past. And she has over 3 decades of experience in the financial markets and was SEBI whole-time member between 2017 and 2021. About Madhabi Puri students, she's an alumni of IIM Ahmedabad, alumnus of IIM Ahmedabad, and she has a graduate degree in mathematics from St. Stephen's College, New Delhi. And she has nearly 3 decades of financial market experience. She started her career in 1989 with ICICI Bank students, and she's also been a consultant to the new development banks set up by BRICS blocks of nations. So that's all for this video, students. I'll see you very soon with another video. Thank you so much.